Emperor Pachacutec was believed to have had a special bond with the god Viracocha.
Mainstream scholars contend the construction of Machu Picchu was led by Emperor Pachacutec and took thousands of men working decades to complete.
It's the morning of July 24th, 1911. Deep in the jungles of Peru, Yale University professor Hiram Bingham is on a quest to find an infamous lost city.
What if I told you that everything you thought you knew about Machu Picchu is completely wrong?
The stone city of Machu Picchu is one of the most fascinating archaeological sites on the planet.
Hold on to your seats, because groundbreaking discoveries in 2024 and 2025 are flipping the script on this ancient mystery. And what scientists just found hidden beneath the jungle will absolutely blow your mind. The shocking truth about Machu Picchu's size. For decades, we've been looking at Machu Picchu like we're seeing just the tip of an iceberg. And honestly, that's exactly what's been happening. You're standing on those famous stone terraces, taking that perfect Instagram shot, thinking you're seeing the whole ancient city. But what if I told you that you're actually looking at maybe just 30% of what's really there? Thanks to incredible new LiDAR technology, basically laser scanners mounted on drones.
Those improvements aren't just for drivers, but also for those who walk, ride, or run throughout the city. And one new tool that's helping is a high-tech system called LiDAR.
Archaeologists have just discovered something absolutely mind-blowing. Hidden beneath centuries of thick jungle growth, they found over 12 previously unknown structures that completely change our understanding of this place. These aren't just random ruins either. We're talking about sophisticated ceremonial complexes, advanced water management systems, and entire residential areas that suggest Machu Picchu was way bigger and more important than anyone ever imagined. Think about it. For over 100 years, since Hiram Bingham rediscovered this place in 1911,
the story of Hiram Bingham and Machu Picchu is about exploration and excitement.
we've been telling the story based on only a fraction of what was actually there. It's like trying to understand a movie by watching just the trailer. But here's where it gets really juicy. Some researchers are starting to whisper about government restrictions blocking certain excavations. Could there be discoveries so significant that someone doesn't want the world to know about them? We'll dive into that conspiracy later, but first, let's talk about what we do know has been found. The royal estate theory gets a major upgrade. Okay, so you've probably heard the classic theory that Machu Picchu was some kind of royal vacation home for the Inca Emperor Pachacuti.
The original structure, which is believed to predate the Incan civilization, was rebuilt in the 15th century by the ruler Pachacuti.
Like an ancient version of Camp David, right? Well, buckle up because recent discoveries are showing this place was so much more than just a fancy getaway. The new evidence is painting a picture of Machu Picchu as this incredible multi-purpose complex. Yes, it probably was a royal estate. Archaeologists have found what they believe to be the emperor's personal quarters in the southwest part of the site. But it was also functioning as a political powerhouse, a religious center, and possibly even an administrative hub for the entire empire. Here's something fascinating that'll make you question everything. Recent excavations have uncovered a disproportionate number of female skeletons at the site. This discovery is shaking up the old boys' club narrative we used to have about Inca leadership. Could Machu Picchu have been home to powerful priestesses? Maybe it was a center for the Virgins of the Sun, though not in the way early Spanish chroniclers described them.
Virgins of the Sun were famous throughout the Inca Empire.
These weren't just sequestered religious women. They might have been some of the most influential people in the entire Inca Empire. And get this, the sophisticated water management systems they've discovered aren't just functional. They're almost artistic. Fountains that still work perfectly after 600 years, drainage systems that prevented landslides, and irrigation channels that seem to follow not just practical needs, but also spiritual beliefs about water as a sacred element. But here's what really gets me excited. The new residential areas they've found suggest this wasn't just a place where the emperor dropped by occasionally. This was a thriving, year-round community with workshops, storage facilities, and living spaces for hundreds of people. We're talking about a genuine city, not just a fancy retreat. The astronomical observatory mystery deepens. Now here's where things get absolutely wild and honestly a little bit spooky. You know how people have always said Machu Picchu has these mysterious astronomical alignments? Well, the new discoveries are showing that this place might have been the most advanced astronomical observatory in the ancient Americas. Let me paint you a picture. The famous Intihuatana stone, that's the oddly shaped rock that looks like it's reaching toward the sky. It's not just some random sculpture. This thing is positioned so precisely that during the winter solstice, the shadow disappears completely. Like, completely. The stone appears to capture the sun itself. But here's where it gets even crazier. The newly discovered structures are revealing astronomical alignments that we never knew existed. Buildings positioned to track not just the sun and moon, but specific star constellations that were sacred to the Inca. We're talking about a level of astronomical knowledge that rivals anything the ancient Egyptians or Maya achieved. And some researchers are asking uncomfortable questions. How did the Inca, who supposedly didn't have written language in the traditional sense, develop such sophisticated understanding of celestial mechanics? Some fringe theorists, and I'm not saying I believe this, but it's worth mentioning, some people are suggesting the possibility of knowledge transfer from, well, let's just say non-terrestrial sources. Now, before you roll your eyes, remember that mainstream archaeology has been wrong about Machu Picchu before. Just 5 years ago, if you told an archaeologist they'd find 12 new structures hidden in the jungle, they might have laughed. But here we are. The really intriguing part is how these astronomical alignments seem to connect with water features throughout the site. Springs, fountains, and channels all positioned to work in harmony with celestial events. It's like the entire city was designed as one massive, functioning astronomical instrument. The construction mystery that baffles engineers. All right, let's talk about something that keeps modern engineers awake at night. How the heck did they build this place? We're talking about a city built on a mountain ridge 8,000 feet above sea level, using stones that weigh up to 50 tons each, cut so precisely that you can't slide a knife blade between them. No wheels, no iron tools, no cranes, and definitely no modern machinery.
The Inca constructed Machu Picchu's palaces, temples, terraces, and infrastructure using stone, and without the help of wheels or tools made of steel or iron.
But here's what the recent discoveries are showing us that makes this even more mind-boggling. The hidden structures they've found aren't just impressive for their size. They're showing evidence of construction techniques that we still can't fully explain. For example, they've found foundation stones that appear to be carved from single pieces of bedrock. Not placed on the bedrock, literally carved from it, as if someone took a mountain and sculpted buildings directly out of it. The precision required for this kind of work is something our modern diamond-tip tools struggle to match. And get this, geologists studying the site have found evidence that the Inca somehow predicted and prepared for earthquakes. The construction includes flexible joining techniques that allow the massive stone blocks to move slightly during seismic activity without the structures collapsing. Peru is earthquake country, and Machu Picchu has survived everything Mother Nature has thrown at it for over 600 years. But here's the part that really gets conspiracy theorists excited. Some of the newly discovered stones show tool marks that don't match any known Inca tools. We're talking about precision cuts that look almost machined. Now, I'm not saying aliens built Machu Picchu, but I am saying that our understanding of Inca technology might be way more limited than we thought. Recent analysis has also revealed that many of the stones contain trace minerals that don't occur naturally in the area. This means the Inca somehow transported these massive blocks from quarries that might have been hundreds of miles away, without wheels. Think about that for a minute. The government cover-up conspiracy. Okay, now we're getting into the really juicy stuff that makes you question everything. Remember how I mentioned earlier that some researchers are claiming government restrictions are blocking certain excavations? Well, let me tell you what people are whispering about in archaeological circles. There are persistent rumors, and I want to be clear, these are unverified claims, that certain discoveries at Machu Picchu have been classified or restricted from public knowledge. Some researchers claim they've found artifacts or structures that don't fit our current understanding of Inca civilization, and that these discoveries are being suppressed. Now, why would anyone want to hide archaeological discoveries? Well, think about it. Machu Picchu generates enormous tourism revenue for Peru. If discoveries came to light that fundamentally challenged our understanding of human history, it could disrupt not just tourism, but our entire worldview about ancient civilizations. There are whispers about discoveries of advanced metallurgy, evidence of technologies that shouldn't have existed in pre-Columbian America, and even artifacts that suggest contact with civilizations from outside the Americas long before Columbus. One particularly intriguing claim involves the discovery of what some researchers describe as impossible artifacts, objects that appear to have been manufactured with precision that exceeds known Inca capabilities. But whenever these claims surface, they seem to disappear from official reports or get dismissed as hoaxes. The Peruvian government maintains strict control over archaeological work at Machu Picchu, and getting permits for excavation is notoriously difficult. Some researchers claim this is about preservation, which is definitely important. But others suggest there might be more deliberate reasons for limiting what the world gets to see. Could there be discoveries so significant that they would rewrite history books? Artifacts that would challenge our understanding of human development? Or maybe evidence of civilizations that we've completely overlooked? But when you consider how much we're still discovering about this well-known site, it makes you wonder what else might be out there, waiting to be revealed. The latest shocking discoveries. Let me blow your mind with what archaeologists have found just in the last year. Remember, some of this stuff is so recent that history textbooks haven't even been updated yet. First up, the water system discoveries are absolutely incredible. They found evidence of hydraulic engineering that's so advanced, modern engineers are studying it to improve our own water management systems. We're talking about self-regulating flow systems, temperature control mechanisms, and filtration methods that work perfectly after 6 centuries. But here's the kicker. Some of these water channels appear to have been designed not just for practical use, but for acoustic purposes. Certain fountains and water features
engineers at the University of British Columbia have developed a way to treat water,
create specific sound frequencies when water flows through them. Some researchers believe these sounds were used for meditation, religious ceremonies, or even communication across the site. The recent LiDAR discoveries have also revealed what appears to be a sophisticated road network connecting Machu Picchu to other sites throughout the region. This isn't just your basic mountain path. We're talking about engineered roadways with proper drainage, retaining walls, and rest stations positioned at precise intervals. And then there's the pottery discovery that's got everyone talking. In one of the newly discovered residential areas, archaeologists found ceramic pieces that show artistic styles and techniques that don't match anything else in the known Inca repertoire. The designs suggest influence from cultures that, according to our current understanding of history, the Inca shouldn't have had contact with. Perhaps most intriguingly, ground-penetrating radar has detected what appears to be a network of underground chambers.
Every Inca king, starting with Pachacutec and going onward, created many of these personal residences outside of the capital of Cusco.
Beneath the main site, these appear to be deliberately constructed spaces, possibly used for storage, ceremonies, or well, nobody knows yet. The Peruvian authorities haven't approved excavation of these underground areas, which is fuel for more conspiracy theories. What this means for ancient history. So what does all this mean for our understanding of ancient civilizations? Well, honestly, it means we might need to throw out a lot of what we thought we knew and start over. The scale and sophistication of Machu Picchu suggests that the Inca Empire was far more advanced and organized than we ever imagined. We're not talking about a primitive mountain civilization. We're looking at evidence of advanced urban planning, engineering, astronomy, and possibly even early forms of industrial organization. The astronomical alignments suggest a level of scientific knowledge that rivals anything achieved in the ancient world. The construction techniques indicate engineering capabilities that we're still trying to understand. And the overall complexity of the site suggests a civilization with resources, organization, and knowledge that exceeds most historical estimates. But here's what really gets me thinking. If we've been this wrong about Machu Picchu, a site that's been studied intensively for over a century, what else have we gotten wrong about ancient civilizations? The discovery of the underground chamber network alone suggests that Machu Picchu might be just the visible portion of something much larger and more complex. Could there be entire levels of this city that we haven't even discovered yet? And if the Inca achieved this level of sophistication in the 15th century, what were they building on? Were there earlier civilizations in the region that were even more advanced? The recent discovery of that 4,000-year-old temple complex elsewhere in Peru suggests that the region has been home to sophisticated civilizations far longer than we realized. Some researchers are starting to suggest that we need to completely rethink our timeline of human development in the Americas. Instead of primitive hunter-gatherer societies slowly developing agriculture and then civilization, maybe we're looking at advanced civilizations that rose and fell multiple times throughout history. The future of Machu Picchu research. So where does all this leave us? What's next for Machu Picchu research, and what might we discover in the coming years? The LiDAR technology that's revealing so many hidden structures is just getting started. As the technology improves and becomes more affordable, researchers expect to uncover even more hidden sites throughout the region. Some experts predict that we might find evidence of a network of interconnected cities throughout the Andes, all linked to Machu Picchu. Ground-penetrating radar and other non-invasive technologies are opening up possibilities for exploration without damaging these precious sites. We might be able to map those mysterious underground chambers without ever having to excavate them. But here's the challenge: balancing discovery with preservation. Machu Picchu is already under enormous pressure from tourism and climate change. Every new discovery brings more attention and more visitors, which threatens the very site we're trying to understand. There's also the political challenge. The Peruvian government has to balance archaeological research with tourism revenue, indigenous rights, and international pressure for access to these sites. It's a complex situation.
One of the wonders of the world has been shut down to visitors. The Peruvian government forced to close Machu Picchu.
That doesn't have easy answers. Some researchers are advocating for new international protocols for handling discoveries that could significantly impact our understanding of human history. Should certain discoveries be kept secret for protection? Should there be international oversight of archaeological work at sites this significant? And then there's the technology question. As we develop more advanced scanning and analysis tools, we might discover things about Machu Picchu that challenge our understanding of the Inca and of what was possible in the ancient world. Virtual reality and 3D modeling are already allowing us to explore and analyze the site in ways that would have been impossible just a few years ago. These technologies might reveal patterns and connections that human eyes have missed for centuries. So there you have it. Machu Picchu really isn't what we thought it was. From a simple royal retreat to a massive, sophisticated complex with hidden chambers, advanced astronomy, and engineering that still baffles experts today. The recent discoveries using LiDAR technology have revealed over 12 new structures, suggesting this incredible site might be 3 times larger than we originally believed. What do you think about these mind-blowing discoveries? Drop a comment below and let me know which theory sounds most convincing to you.